Hey everyone, today I wanted to share with you a little bit more about the Watercolor Wings stamp set from Stampin Up. And this stamp set is so awesome. I've been playing with it a lot lately, and you can get the stamp set on its own, or you can get it with the bold butterfly framelits in a bundle for 15% off, which is a great deal. And so I just wanted to tell you guys about that deal. And then there are a ton of color combinations that you can do with this stamp set. Like I said, it's so versatile. It's just, you know, a great stamp set. So let me show you what I've done thus far. Show you some of the color combinations I've come up with, and some that I found on Pinterest, and some that I found on other YouTube channels, and some of them I just came up with on my own. Alright, so I did a sheet of yellow, and I started out with Daffodil Delight, and then you add Real Red, and then Tangerine Tango, and that's the result you get. And then I did Daffodil Delight, Old Olive, Night of Navy, and then down here we have Daffodil Delight, Watermelon Wonder, and Cherry Cobbler. And then I decided to do a set of blue. So we have Pool Party as my base stamp. And then I added Island Indigo and Night of Navy. And then on this one I added Marina Mist and Pacific Point. Down here I have Bermuda Bay and Island Indigo, and I'm just loving these color combinations, and there's so many. The combinations are just endless, you know. Then I did a set in purples, and this is using Wisteria Wonder as your base image, and then I added Perfect Plum and Elegant Eggplant. On this one we added Rich Razzleberry and Blackberry Bliss. And on this one we added Pink Pirouette and Cherry Cobbler, and I wasn't too happy about how that came out. But that's okay. This is just for my own reference. I'm going to keep these in a binder, along with some others that I'm going to stamp out. But, you know, I just wanted to try out different color combinations. So I did a set in pink as well. I used Pink Pirouette as the base coat. And then on the first one I added Rose Red, and then I added Cherry Cobbler, and then on the second one I added Blushing Bride, and then Melon Mambo, and then on the third one I added Blushing Bride again for the second stamp, and then Watermelon Wonder. And you can see the difference between the colors on these two, so you could just play around with it. Like I said, the combinations are just endless. Then I decided I wanted to do a set that is just, you know, basically neutrals, but I ended up straying a little bit from that, as you'll see, or as you see. I used Sahara Sand as my base butterfly, okay, and then on the first one I added Pear Pizzazz and then Early Espresso. And I really like the way this one came out. That's a great color combination right there. And then on the second one we added Pacific Point and then Cajun Craze. And that one's kind of warming up. I'm kind of starting to like that one a little bit. And then last I did Soft Suede and Chocolate Chip. And I really like the way that those came out. And so today I wanted to show you how to make a note card using this stamp set, and I decided I wanted to do a set in different greens. And so here's the two that I made so far, and then I'm going to make one with you. The base coat I'm using is Mint Macaron, which is one of the in colors for 2015 to 2017, and then I added Cucumber Crush. Yeah, and then I added Garden Green for the center of the butterfly, And then for the body and the antenna, or antennae, however you say it, I used soft suede. And then I stamped our sentiment in soft suede as well. You are so kind, and I just kind of angled it just like the butterfly. And then I used this great pattern stamp that's also in the stamp set, and I did that in mint macaron just to kind of, you know, fill in this area of the card because it looked very plain. This is a single layer card, no bulk to it, very easy to mail. So I thought this would be a good idea to make some of these. And then I did one using, what colors did I use? Okay, I used again mint macaron for my base color, and then I used pear pizzazz for the outline here. Okay, and then I used old olive for the center part, the detailed part of the butterfly. And then again I used soft suede for the body and the antennae. I don't know what word it's supposed to be. But, and then I stamped the sentiment just for you right underneath the butterfly. And again down the side with the mint macaron and the dotted stamp. And you have a cute little set of cards there. So I'm going to make one with you guys and show you how easy it is to put this card together. So I just have a piece of Whisper White cardstock that is cut at 5.5 by, what is it cut by? 5.5 by 8.25, and then scored at 4.25. Wait a minute, that's not right. 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4.25. There, I got it. Woo! It's still early in the morning here. I'm not even awake yet. And then I just scored it, and we're going to use it as a landscape mode. So we have our cardstock. I'm going to zoom in so you can see the stamping. Maybe that's a little much. Let's try there. Alright, so first we're going to use mint macaron for our base coat. Okay, and I'm just inking up my stamp over here on the side. And I'm just going to stamp it at an angle like this. Okay, and while I have the mint macaron out, I'm going to go ahead and stamp the dots down the side. And I'm just eyeballing this. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm trying to get it kind of centered between the top and the bottom, but if it's not perfect, I'm not worried about it. Okay, so next we're going to take, let me get this closed up. Next we're going to use Wild Wasabi, and that's going to be our outline stamp. And hopefully I can do this without getting my head in the camera. To get this stamped absolutely perfect, you have to be like on top of it, looking straight down at it through the stamp. So I'm going to try to do this. Hopefully my head's not going to be in the way, and if it's not perfect, I'm alright with that. Okay, so there's that. That came out alright. That's a little off, but I'm not worried about that. Most people just think it's part of the design. If you didn't know better, you would think so too. I'm just kidding. Okay, so next we are going to use Mossy Meadow as our darkest green, and that's going to be our detailed stamp that we use. This is what they call 3-step stamping, because there's 3 steps to make the image. And then you're going to just try to center that as best as possible. That's pretty good. And then we're going to take soft suede, and we're going to do our body, antennae, and the sentiment. So first I'm going to do the sentiment. I'm going to use You Are So Kind. So I'm just inking up my stamp and my finger, apparently. What else is new? I'm always inking something, right? Okay, so then you just take your stamp, angle it, just eyeball it, doesn't have to be perfect. There you go. And then we're going to take our body. Now how you know that you are lining up the body, if you look at the body, okay, right where the first little rounded section meets the bottom section, line up that little indent right there with this line on the stamp. See the line that goes across the middle there? And then you'll have perfect placement. And for some reason I'm shaky this morning. Yeah, that's way off. Sorry guys. I don't know what's up with that. I don't usually shake when I stamp. But you get the idea. Not a big deal. So then I'm going to just ink up the antennae. And do it right on top of the head. And there we go. It's as simple as that to make a set of note cards with these. And you certainly could use... let me zoom out a little for you. You certainly could use some of the smaller butterflies in the stamp set to, you know, do 2 butterflies on a card or however you want to do it. But this is how I like it. I'll probably do some with the smaller stamp as well in the future, but for now, this is what I got for you. Okay, I want to thank you all for watching. I do appreciate it, and I hope that I went through the steps well enough to where you understood what I was doing. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below. I'm open to comments, suggestions, and yeah, that's basically it. Check out Watercolor Wings from Stampin' Up! I will put the link to my store down below, and if you have any good color combinations for the butterflies, let me know, because you know I'm willing to try anything. I'm addicted to this stamp set right now. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Take care, have a great day. We'll talk with you soon. Bye bye.